Hello everyone, and welcome back to Project X Mystery. Before we dive into today's thrilling story, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to support our channel and stay updated with our weekly mysteries. Your support keeps these stories alive. Our story today takes us back to a cold winter evening in December 2004 in Belfast, Northern Ireland. The city was bustling with preparations for the Christmas holiday, streets crowded with shoppers, stores brightly lit, and festive music filling the air. However, beneath this cheerful surface, something sinister was quietly unfolding, an audacious crime that would leave the nation stunned. Chris Ward and Kevin McMullen were ordinary men working regular jobs at Northern Bank in Belfast. Their lives were simple, routine-based, with families waiting for them at home every evening. But on December 19th, that normality was shattered. That night, masked intruders broke into their homes, violently capturing their terrified families at gunpoint. Chris and Kevin were instantly thrust into a nightmare, forced to listen helplessly as the intruders calmly explained their horrifying ultimatum. They were to assist in robbing Northern Bank, or their loved ones would never be seen again. The criminals behind this plan weren't random thieves. They were professionals with deep connections to organized crime. Among them were known figures such as Ted Cunningham, a financial advisor well known to authorities for previous money laundering schemes, and others suspected of strong ties with the Irish Republican Army. Each member had their own criminal history: extortion, armed robbery, money laundering, forming a dangerous team capable of orchestrating a sophisticated heist. For months leading up to the robbery, they meticulously planned every detail. Secret meetings took place in remote locations outside Belfast, discussing how to infiltrate the bank, which employees to target, and how to evade detection. They knew the bank's layout perfectly, the schedules of its employees, and every security measure in place. Meanwhile, Chris and Kevin were trapped in their own homes, held captive alongside their terrified families. Their minds raced with fear and desperation, but they knew any attempt to resist would end in tragedy. The next day, December 20th, under strict instructions from the criminals, Chris and Kevin went to work. None of their colleagues noticed anything unusual as they struggled to appear calm. When the workday ended and the bank closed, Chris and Kevin disabled alarms, unlocked security doors, and allowed the criminals to slip quietly into the building. Security cameras captured everything: masked figures rapidly loading bundles of fresh, untraceable cash into waiting vans. Within hours, the thieves vanished into the night with an astonishing £26.5 million in cash, one of the largest bank robberies in European history. When Belfast awoke to headlines announcing the robbery, the public reaction was immediate and intense. Anger and fear spread quickly, mixed with disbelief at how criminals had managed to pull off such an audacious crime in broad daylight. Newspapers demanded answers, and politicians faced fierce criticism. Rumors circulated widely about IRA involvement, turning an already serious crime into a tense political issue, reigniting deep divisions in Northern Irish society. Police immediately launched a massive investigation. Detectives painstakingly combed through security footage, interrogated witnesses, and conducted raids throughout Belfast and beyond. Initially, they found little evidence. The criminals had covered their tracks expertly. But soon, thanks to informants and relentless detective work, leads began to surface. Over the following weeks, portions of stolen money were discovered hidden in remote houses and buried in secluded areas around Northern Ireland. Ted Cunningham, previously under suspicion, soon became a prime target. Police uncovered how Cunningham was systematically laundering the stolen money, and he was swiftly arrested along with several accomplices. During intense interrogations and emotional court hearings, shocking details emerged. Witnesses described the terrifying experiences of Chris and Kevin, highlighting the deep trauma suffered by their families. Cunningham and his associates, once confident they'd pulled off the perfect crime, found themselves cornered by irrefutable evidence. Their sophisticated criminal enterprise collapsed entirely under scrutiny. In November 2005, Ted Cunningham was sentenced to 10 years in prison for laundering money linked directly to the robbery. Several accomplices received significant prison sentences as well. The city of Belfast finally saw justice delivered, yet unanswered questions lingered. Officially, the IRA denied involvement, but investigators continued to believe strongly in their connection, deepening mistrust and controversy in Northern Ireland. Public outrage eventually turned to reflection. The robbery had exposed serious vulnerabilities within the banking system, but also highlighted the resilience of those involved, especially Chris and Kevin, who bravely protected their families against impossible odds. Today, nearly 2 decades later, the Northern Bank robbery remains an unforgettable chapter in criminal history. But their questions remain unanswered. Where did the rest of the stolen money go? Were there more powerful figures behind the scenes who were never caught? And most importantly, will we ever uncover the full truth? Thank you for joining us on Project X Mystery. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this story with your friends. We'll see you next time with another gripping mystery. Until then, stay safe, stay curious, and goodbye.